What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Suikoden 5. So we gotta go straight ahead here to the Queen's Night Chamber. Okay. And this will advance the storyline.
Ah, His Royal Highness. Hey,
Huh. Where's His Majesty, Ferret?
he went out through the back. He's a busy man, you know.
Never mind that. Kyle, where have you been?
Me? Nowhere. Just wanted to see the prince, that's all.
That's all? Do you always take your duty so lightly?
Your Royal Highness. Sir, you must be exhausted after your inspection of Lord Lake. Actually, I should have accompanied you on your trip, but His Majesty didn't give me the order.
Of course he didn't. After all, Lord Lake is your hometown, isn't it, Galleon? Baird wouldn't make you go there. The guy's not heartless, you know.
Yes, but I have already been back there once. His Majesty needn't protect me.
But Galleon, I don't see how you could ever come to terms with it.
It's been 2 years, but the Queen still won't even let them rebuild. Man, talk about heartless.
Hold your tongue, Kyle.
Alenia?
Her Majesty imposed a suitable punishment on those traitors, plain and simple. She did what a queen has to do. And we, the Queen's Knights, have no business second-guessing her.
Yeah, that's what you say, Alenia, but...
Silence, Kyle. No matter the circumstances, the fact remains that the people of Lord Lake committed treason. They must serve their penance.
I'm sorry, guys, but I think the Queen went way too far.
Kyle, how dare you disrespect our queen? The Sun Rune is proof enough that this nation and Her Majesty have heaven's divine blessing. It's only natural the rune's judgment would come down on anyone who dares defy Her Majesty's authority. If you ask me, I don't think Her Majesty has used the Sun Rune enough.
Yeah, right. You're starting to sound just like Lord Godwin. And on that note, I don't know if I can trust a knight who's merely a pawn of the Godwin family.
Insolent fool! You're one to talk saying how you're just a mouthpiece for the Boros family.
Ridiculous. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That will be enough. Do you realize how disgracefully you're acting in front of His Royal Highness? We are terribly sorry, Your Highness.
No, it's alright.
You are most kind, Your Highness. But we should be protecting the royal family, not getting involved in private quarrels that might affect our duties. Kyle, especially you.
Huh? Me?
Your manner of speaking sounds like criticism of Her Majesty. You should restrain yourself a little.
That's all right, Zahak. Please, everybody, continue.
Your commandership.
Don't mind me. As you were. As you all know, Her Majesty has been troubled ever since the split between the two factions of the Senate. The Godwin faction has been gaining more and more power recently, which has caused Her Majesty much anguish. At a time like this, Her Majesty wants true loyalty from us, the Queen's Knights. Some people may believe that knights must give absolute obedience to their master. But that's not true loyalty. True loyalty means being able to speak openly about what you think is right, what you think is wrong. Of course, I'd be upset with any fool who thought he could criticize Her Majesty wherever and whenever he wanted. But at the very least, in this room, I want us to be able to express our views openly, without fear of reprisal. Now, if there are any constructive opinions you'd like to share with Her Majesty, I'd be happy to pass them on for you. Understood?
Yes, sire.
Leon,
Your Majesty?
when you two have thoughts and ideas of your own, please don't be shy about sharing them with us. The Queen's Knights are known for their artistry with a blade, but they also have much wisdom and insight to impart. Be wise and heed their words.
Yes, sire.
You don't have to worry about the main character talking, Farad, because he's a silent protagonist. But I guess Leon could share her opinions. Kyle at the party. I already removed his equipment, like I told you guys to do in the last episode. Basically removed his equipment and gave it to Leon. That's something I did in the past playthroughs of the game. You don't have to remove his equipment if you don't want to. It's just something I do. Your Highness, I thank you for voicing concern to Her Majesty regarding the situation at Lord Lake. I am truly grateful. Her Majesty's actions against Lord Lake are not for me to judge. A word, if you will, Prince Razor. His Majesty Farad says the House of Godwin is responsible for all our troubles. Do you believe that too? Yes, I do. Your Highness, you can't trust the biased reports that Kyle and the others gave. The Godwins care about our country's future. It's the only reason they want to put the Sun Rune to use. It's absurd to think they are playing tricks with Her Majesty. Now we have to look out for the House of Barrows. Their fear of change is putting our country at risk. Ernest, please listen to the Godwin side of the story as well. Since his commandership feels we should express our views, I personally feel his commandership's actions are taking idealism to an extreme. What Felina really needs are disciplined Queen's Knights ready to act upon the will of Her Majesty. Sometimes the best way is not always the ideal way. Don't forget that, Your Highness. Yeah, so these two are together. If you guys have played this game, you know why. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but the Godwins want to use the Sun Rune to become a powerful force and broaden the country's borders. And the Barrows faction is aiming for domestic and foreign stability within the use of runes, eh? Every country has its share of conflicts among its nobles, but it's much worse here because of the runes. It's particularly sad that the Queen's own knights can't even agree. I gotta remember to thank Farad later for dragging me into all this. Well, that's how it is. You can't always agree with people. So, Prince, did you notice anything unusual about George on your trip? Nothing unusual. He's just a very strong character. Like, insanely strong. George was very strong in part 2 as well. He's one of the strongest characters in part 2. Not that I can think of. I see, no big deal. It's not like this is a bad thing, but we still don't know too much about George. Not one of the Queen's Knights can match his skill in combat without runes, except maybe His Majesty Farad. Also, I heard a rumor that before George came to Felina, he served as a general in a land far to the north. Makes me wonder about his connection to His Majesty. So what convinced him to bring George here? You know what? I'm thinking about it. His Majesty also kind of mysterious. He always says he used to be some wayfarer from the island nations, but I've never came across a wayfarer so dignified and strong. I'm sorry, Your Highness, I obviously forgot my place. I meant no disrespect to His Majesty. Okay, so His Majesty says, or Kyle just said that His Majesty's from the Island Nations, which is Suikoden 4 land. Hey, there you are, Razor. Have you seen your sister yet? I haven't seen her yet. Well, I think you should check on her. I know you're tired, but I'm begging you, please check in on her for my ear's sake. The whole time you were gone, she would not stop nagging me about you, about when you were coming back. Don't keep her waiting. I will leave for another scene here.
Hey, has anybody seen my brother in here? Princess? Oh, brother! Oh, brother! brother!
Yikes, quite a welcome there.
Gee, the princess sure is crazy about her big brother, huh?
I'm home, Lim.
Oh, welcome back! I missed you so much! Princess! Did you find your brother? Oh, my!
Hello, Miyakis.
Well, hello. Welcome home, Prince. You know, the two of you standing there like that, you look just like an armadillo father and daughter. Yep.
Oh boy, there she goes with that nonsense again.
Miyakis, need I remind you that you're my bodyguard? You're not bad-mouthing me, are you? No, of course not, Your Highness. I was imagining things. Haha, things are never dull when you're around them. There's Ferret again. Oh, Father, it's you. Razor. You already came to see Father and didn't bother to come see me? How dare you? No, don't be so hard on your brother. Razor was looking for you, too, you know. But Father, I wanted to see him so bad. He's always off on some inspection or something these days. He's never around. He's probably going off someplace again tomorrow, isn't he? Well, not exactly tomorrow. He'll be here for a while yet. Well, okay, that's good. At least. But you really keep Razor busy, don't you? Where is he going next? Since he just got back, I thought I'd wait a while to tell him, but I guess it couldn't hurt to let him know. Razor, I'll be sending you to Stormfist to check on the preparations for the Sacred Games. The Sacred Games? I was just talking about yesterday, or in the last episode, they were talking about Raging Battle. Someone was talking about Raging Battle and United Front in the last episode, and I was like, talk about Yugioh? Now they'll talk about the Sacred Games. So, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know where it's from, but I'm pretty sure I heard the Sacred Games from somewhere in Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, that big fighting tournament, the one that's going to be, it's going to decide who my husband's going to be. That? Well, yes. Your Majesty. Not quite on board with the idea, are you, Your Majesty? Of course not, she's far too young. But she's our nation's princess. It's her sacred duty. Something we can do about it. Yeah, so the Sacred Games is to whoever wins it marries the princess. Well, to be fair, Your Majesty wouldn't be here today if you hadn't won the last games. Hey Razor, what about you? Would you hate it if I had a fiance too? Of course I'd hate it. You would, huh? Anyway, I wonder who's going to win. What kind of man will the princess end up with? Now, keeping the list of applicants over at the Senate. Not that I have any interest in reading it, mind you. Well, I want to see it. Don't you, princess? I bet you do. Well, maybe I'm a little curious. Oh, can I see? Me too, please. Then it's settled. Come on, Prince, let's go. Okay, let's go. Come on. Let's go read about your future brother-in-law. Alright, we're off to the Senate Hall then. Kyle joined the party and so did Miyakis. Limsey had joined as well. So Limsey is just in the entourage. Alright, so just like before, we're going to unequip Miyakis as well. Ooh, I can give that silver emblem to somebody. Give it to Leon there. As for formation, yeah, we'll do it like that. It's still hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that Ferret is a dad. Sometimes the best way is not always... Okay, same thing as earlier. Prince Razor asks that you take good care of the princess. I feel sorry for the poor guy who winds up engaged to Lim. He has no idea what's in store. Wow, way to shit talk your own daughter, dude. Alright, so at this point, I heard that you were saying... I heard what you were saying. Sounds like fun. Alright, so Sally's going to join us as well. Oh, Lady Sally's, welcome back. Oh, Aunt Sally's. I thought you were asleep in your room. Oh, I was. Off in dreamland in my nice, warm, comfy bed. And then all of a sudden... Where's Razor? That was you, wasn't it? Lembiakis? You completely woke me up. The princess woke Lady Salides? Wow. Yeah, wow is right. Lady Salides, let me clarify things. The princess was the one doing all the shouting. I was just there. Hey, Miyakis. What, it's true. Why you? Well, isn't it kind of your fault, Aunt Salides, sleeping in the middle of the day like that? Razor, Leon, George just got back too, but you don't see them just lying around. Maybe Rage is catching up with you. Them? Your Auntie Salides couldn't hear you so well just now. Could you please repeat what you just said? Razor, Aunt Salides is scaring me. You started it, Lim. What? Razor, you traitor? Well, Princess, you have to admit, that was kind of rude what you said. Even if it's true, you don't really need to say it, you know? Oh, thank you very much, Miyaki. So why don't you teach us all some more about tact? Anyway, forget it. Wake now, whether I like it or not. You guys are going to the Senate Hall to see the list of applicants for the Sacred Games, right? I'll go with you. Nothing better than a day out with all these beautiful ladies and cute girls. Am I right, Prince? Less talking, more walking. Let's move it. Alright. So now we can finally leave the palace. This game starts out very slow, but it really is one of the best Suikoden games. It just takes a while to get into because of all the dialogue at the beginning that you gotta go through and everything. But later in the game, once it opens up, it really is one of the best games. It just takes a while to get to that point. It's one of those games that has a lot of build up and then it gets really good. Are you going on an errand, Your Highness? Welcome back, Your Highness. Greetings, Your Highness. On patrol as usual, sir. It's not strictly necessary, of course. There's nothing to worry about here, but it can't hurt to be careful. Joined at the hip with Lady Leon, a hot mom and aunt, a cute little sister who's gonna be a knockout when she grows up. Some guys have all the luck. Oh, Your Highness, I was just talking to myself. No. Thinking any impure thoughts, not me. Pervert. Especially that cute little sister remark. That was kind of creepy, dude. Scarf. Sure, we'll equip a scarf. Are these two people that were talking earlier? My master's absolutely devoted, or this was it this episode or the last episode? I'm not sure. My master's absolutely devoted to Her Majesty the Queen and His Majesty Commander Ferret. Absolutely devoted. The Queen's Knights fought valiantly to protect Plana during the Armis invasion 8 years ago. But they paid a heavy price. Most of them died or were too injured to continue their duties after the war. Only Sir Galleon, Commander Ferret, and Sir Zahak remained. That's why most of the Queen's Knights on active duty these days are so young. I absolutely love how flawless this game runs on emulator. More than a decade ago, the ill will between the Godwin and the Barros factions spilled over into bloody conflict. Even the Queen and the royal family were dragged into things. There were so many casualties. The fact that they united under the Queen's name when Armis invaded 8 years ago is irony itself. Now that Armis isn't an immediate threat, the two factions seem set on opening up some old Flanian wounds. Nothing to worry about, Your Highness. I'm monitoring all boats for any suspicious looking characters. Goodness, Your Royal Highness the Prince. What a splendid honor. Princess must be delighted to have a brother every bit as reliable as Her Majesty. We pray that some palace will forever stand in peace, don't we, Sir Kyle? And you're asking Kyle why? And who knows? Probably safe within the capital, Your Highness, but still, it pays to remain vigilant, sir. Prince, this way leads to the town of Sulflana. The Senate is back there. Port's a real magnet for thugs, but I'm keeping a close eye on the place, so don't you worry, Your Mad Highness. Oh, another fine day. Perfect weather for skipping out and checking out the fine babes over by... Your Highness, no. You surely never see a dedicated guard like me loafing on the job. No. Man, a lot of the guards in this game are perverted. And creepy as well. Alright, I'm going to head back to the save point. I'm going to end the episode here. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode where we'll head to the Senate. And later.